All right, guys, Eric Cogorno out here with Performance Golf with Mr. Grant Horvat. Grant,
Eric,
appreciate you being out here, man.
Thank you.
Today's video, we're talking driver. Grant's one of the best, I don't know, we can call you one of the best drivers of the golf balls on YouTube in the world, South Florida, all the above.
It's my favorite club. I'll say that. I'm not going to say what George Bryan is. He's one of the straightest.
He hits it pretty good.
Oh, man. Yeah, he hits it on a frozen rope. But, yeah, I mean, me and him go neck and neck with hitting fairways, so it's my favorite club.
Next on the 10th tee, Grant Horvat.
We're going to work through and pick Grant's brain today on what he thinks about with his driver, and I'm going to give you one or two cues that you can use in your own swing to hit the driver better. There's one or two really important things we have to get down there. But Grant, why don't we hop in there and take a setup position? We've got a hole out here at Osprey, kind of a tight fairway. We got some room to work with. If you're out here playing and practicing with your driver swing, what are the main keys that you're thinking about for success for you off the tee?
For a driver, I mean, the biggest difference with a driver is it's teed up. And I think, well, I bet everybody's heard that the driver swing is a lot different than the iron swing. So when I'm setting up to this ball, I feel like for me, setup is the most important thing with the driver. Ball position and then the tilt of my shoulders. So ball position, I like to have it, if we're in line here with the ball, I like it just inside my left heel. So just inside the left heel, ball position. And then from there, what I like to feel is a slight tilt. So the right shoulder is going to be lower than my left shoulder. And this is going to set me up right off the bat to hit up on this golf ball and hopefully launch it with a little bit of a draw. When I start hitting down, which I have had trouble with that in the past, starts to hit a little bit more spinny, a little more wild shots off the tee. But when I'm usually hitting up and launching it, it's coming out a little bit flatter, and I'm hitting a lot farther too.
Yeah, and so when you guys are hitting your driver, and Grant's, a scratch or plus handicap, he's an excellent golfer. We want to, Grant even maybe sometimes can do these moves even too much, per se, but we want to get to that conversation. The point is with your driver, Grant, if you take your setup, what we're really trying to do is deliver the club head to the golf ball from low and inside.
Right.
We want to turn the downswing. This club's got to come from some point low and inside.
Right.
What we want to avoid is any kind of high and outside delivery.
Right.
And so to Grant's point with his setup position and that tilt at setup, that's really the first thing that would control that, right? Is that upper body.
For sure.
If you did the bad version, Grant, with the shoulders very level or upper body forward,
Yeah, and weight left here, shoulders more open. So what I see most golfers, they got this right arm high. So they're reaching kind of like this, and then from there, they're going to return to this and kind of come over the top and left, weak, spinny drives. But yeah, I feel like if anything, no tension in the right arm, let that thing hang and just come from underneath here when you're gripping it.
Yeah.
And let that thing come from the inside here and just feel this very relaxed, because we want this club to be working, like Eric said, from the inside here and then closing down.
Yeah.
From there, you're going to hit the inside of the golf ball. You're not going to hit those swipey, deflecting strikes. You're going to hit the inside and through. That's the golf shot that everybody wants.
And drive it much better. And Grant, if you do that setup one more time there, and when you look at the good and bad with the shoulders, guys, it should be easy to see, from that bad setup, obviously he's going to hit more down. From the good setup, makes it easier. All right, guys, quick break from today's video. Look, if you want to make massive improvements with your game and actually get way better in 2025, you got to do something different than you've done before. And one of those things that I highly recommend is checking out these 2-day schools that my friends at Performance Golf are hosting. These are with the best coaches in the world, people you see me in videos with all the time, like Martin Chuck, Andrew Rice, Erica Larkin, many more of the top coaches at awesome places all around the United States. We're seeing great results with these schools, because what we're able to do when we see you in person is really find and fix the main root issue. Most all of us have 4 or 5 things wrong with our swing. You can't do them all at one time, but you can find and fix the main one thing, which we can do in person like that. We're able to make massive improvements. I'm talking maybe 2 years of improvements in only 2 days. So if you're looking for something to really fast track your improvement, this could be the thing that could take you to the next level. We'll put a link in the description down below. Check it out, see if there's a spot available in a location that works for you. You keep your left hand on the club, but let your right hand dangle for a second.
Yeah.
One of the easy cues you can use for this tilt as well is if you take your right hand and place it on the side of your right thigh, and let your fingers extend out, you can get an indication of where your fingertips are relative to your kneecap. Okay, so if you want to add some more tilt and keep the shoulder back, you can just feel like that fingertips slide ever so slightly down. They'll still be above the kneecap, but a good exaggeration.
Right, right.
If, Grant, you did the level shoulders, the bad version, you'd see this hand's way high up above the kneecap. So just a simple little check there you guys can do. Hand on the side of the thigh, and you just let that go down the side of your leg, a little bit about the setup.
Reach for it, yeah.
And really what that sets up, that we're going to talk about in swing in a moment, we've got this little stick on the ground here. Notice Grant's setup position. Let's do your setup one more time, Grant. When the ball's forward, like you mentioned, and the head is back, right? The shoulders are tilted. His head is going to start set behind that golf ball. Okay, it's set behind the golf ball. And head behind the ball throughout the entire swing is a really, really, really key point. Grant, why don't you pop one out there for us?
Yeah, let's hit one.
Notice his head. We can sort of draw a line up from the golf ball. Notice how the head will stay back behind the ball at all points in the golf swing. And you can notice, and we'll put Grant's swing up on the screen here, and really if you look at any good driver of the golf ball, the head staying back behind the ball is really a key element that we can control.
Right.
And to Grant's point, it starts at the setup and getting tilted back. But Grant, when you go from that good setup to the backswing, and we go from the top of the backswing, any thoughts there for you, or is it just, let me get to the top of the backswing?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like you said, it comes down to where the head's at. With a driver, I want to feel like that head's staying back here, and my weight's like, it's not really shifting a ton to my left here. It's kind of staying 50-50 throughout the downswing here. Head's a little bit back, and from there we're extending to the follow through. And I feel like, when I see people not driving the golf ball good, it's kind of this angle. It's this steep shoulder turn this way. If you're gonna, you can hit a lot of good drives from this way, right here. Head staying back and extending that way. So I almost feel like, if you draw the line here on my head, I don't want to be moving out in front of that. I actually want to stay, if anything, back behind it and extend. So staying back behind the line and extending, hopefully we can get that little draw on it.
Yeah, let's do another one. And you guys can imagine there's like a wall or a line up from that golf ball you're trying to keep your head behind. It's a great little cue there. Yeah, solid, dude. So as Grant goes through during the downswing, is you have it set up, right, with the tilted setup. The head during the backswing is basically going to maintain the distance behind the ball that it started. You can have a little bit of shift off the ball with the driver, the balls in the tee, that's totally fine. But let's say it's a couple inches behind the ball it's set up. Let's make your backswing, Grant, to the top and pause for a second. So his head's going to, if anything, it moves an inch farther right, but it's still very clearly behind the golf ball. Let's do your setup one more time. Now, as a drill or a feel, if I were to hold this club over Grant's shoulder, and you could imagine you have a wall here just in front of the shoulder, don't hit the ball or me, but let's do a little practice swing up to the top and kind of slowly down and through. So what this should feel like, keep going through impact. So if I held this here to Grant, you feel how that keeps your upper torso back a bit more? Yeah. So if I have this club over a lead shoulder, and you could have someone, hold this for you when you're practicing or feel that same thing, this is a really nice way to get the feel or the sensation. Grant's hips and weight are still going forward, but the upper body is going to stay back the whole way. Now, that doesn't mean that he's going to make a swing, his upper body back and his weight back on his back foot and the whole body back. The lower body's still going to be shifting through, but that upper torso stays back the whole way. That makes it easy for the club to come from inside, to hit slightly up on the golf ball, etc. Let's hit one more with that there, Grant. So good setup tilt, head stays back on the way back and through. Yeah, really good, man. What a golf swing. So, and that's a very high, far, basically right down the right center of the fairway drive that we would all take. And if you're coming from the spectrum of hitting the ball very low, where you get a lot of pulls and fades, this would be a piece in your golf swing that you want to feel the most. Right? Like if anything, Grant during his career maybe has overdone some of this stuff.
Yeah, and if anything, I feel like the head at times has moved back too much. This tilt has happened too much. And from there, I'm actually a little bit usually stuck to the inside. So if you're struggling with coming over the top in this way, if you want to get rid of that kind of the over the top, the slice with your driver, one of the a quick little easy fix is to actually feel, if anything, the head moving backwards. It's going to be really hard to pull it left when the head's actually staying back here. It's going to be easier to extend out to the right.
Big time. And to that point, just one little add-on piece here. Grant, let's take your setup. Let's go up to the top of the backswing and then pause for 1 second. And this is really like a big feel for you. Even let's do it from here just for 1 minute here. Take your setup. One of the things you want to feel, if I were to hold this, like hold Grant's head here, and even like I had an object here that was holding him back, keep your hands in the club the whole time. You really want to be able to feel, like Grant mentioned, your extension in the follow through without the upper body working towards the target. This would be a sign of a great driver of the golf ball. Now, if you allow your right foot and hip to turn towards me a little bit more, so that I feel a little easier.
Yep.
So now the head stays back the whole time. Now this for Grant should feel semi-normal, but for you this might feel like, holy cow, my head feels way back. This arm feels way extended away, but you'll see this position through the golf ball. Now, if Grant had the head go way towards me, these arms are always gonna fold up as a reaction. No power, inconsistent.
Right.
To be able to get the arms extended, it's key that that head stays back. So you can also maybe have something there to hold that head back, have a buddy hold it, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what you see with a lot of the greatest players. They're
right there.
Boom.
Yeah.
Extending.
Grant does this in his swing really, really well. When he gets into that, like arms parallel to the ground in the follow through spot, head will be back behind the golf ball, arms are fully extended and rotated through the hip, but you have to keep the head back to be able to do that. That's the big key here. Yeah, it's so good right there, man. Really, really, really good. So obviously, you know, Grant's swing is world class. He's got one of the best swings literally in the world. Very, very good. That looks really good, dude.
Thank you, Eric.
Very solid. So we want to be moving in that direction. Like if you get to the point like Grant has where you do too much of this and you're too far under plane, you're probably shooting around par. You're probably in the 70s. Like get that to be the issue.
Exactly, 100%.
Versus the other way. Guys, really good stuff from Grant here. Really appreciate you coming out here today.
Thank you, Eric.
I really appreciate it. We're going to link Grant's info in the description down below. His main channel, tons of great golf course videos, tons of awesome matches with some of the best players in the world. Some really cool ones he told me about, I won't mention, that are coming up soon. You're going to want to check those out, and his teaching channel. Shout out to Osprey Point for having us out here. Shout out to you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank you, guys.